Today I'm going to show you how to make a octopus. I'm going to work with 100% cotton yarn 4-ply because I'm making it for preemie babies. I'm going to use pink or blue, you can use any color, 4-ply 100% cotton wool, and I'm going to use black for the little eyes and nose. You're going to need an embroidery needle to work this little face on, and the size hook that I used is a size 3, and you're going to need some fiber stuffing to fill up the little head of the octopus. Let's get started. We're going to start with a magic circle, and we're going to make 6 single crochet stitches inside this magic circle. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now we're going to pull this circle close. Okay, so I've closed the circle, and now I'm going to make a slip stitch inside the first one to finish off your first row. Now we're going to make 2 single crochet stitches in each one. So your first single crochet is a chain stitch. Now you're going to make another one inside the same one. So it's 2, and then 2 in the next one, 1, 2, and the 2 in the next one, and you're going to continue until you get to the end of your row, and then you will have 12 single crochet stitches when you're done. When you're done with your 12 single crochet stitches, you're going to make a slip stitch into your chain stitch to complete this row. Now the next row, we're going to start with a single crochet stitch, which is a chain stitch into your first one, and then in your next one we're going to make two single crochet stitches. So it's 1, 2, and then in your next one we're going to make 1 single crochet, then 2 again in the next one, 1, 2, and then in your next one only 1, and you're going to continue with this 2-1 2-1 ratio until you get to the end of your row, which will give you 18 single crochet stitches. I closed my row with a slip stitch into the first chain stitch. Now we're going to make single crochet stitches in the next 2. So chain stitch in one, a single crochet stitch in the next one, and then in the next one we're going to make 2, 1, 2, then in the next 2 we're going to make 1 single crochet stitch, 1, and then the next one, oops, also 1. Then in the following one we're going to make 2, and you're going to continue until you get to the end of the row, which will give you in total 24 single crochet stitches. Okay, and I completed this row with a slip stitch into the chain. Now the last row where we're going to increase our stitches, we're going to make slip single crochet stitches, one in the next three. So that's 1, 2 and 3, and then we're going to make 2 single crochet stitches in the next one. So 1 and 2, and now we're going to make single crochet stitches in the next 3, and then we're going to go around with this pattern, and we're going to end up with 30 stitches in this row. Okay, correction. I said to you in my previous row that that's our last row that we're going to increase, but it is not. This one that we're going to do now is the last row that we're going to increase. So I completed this row with a slip stitch. Now in the next 4 single crochet stitches we're going to make a single crochet stitch. So your first one is a chain, so that's 1, 2, 3 and 4, and now in the next one we're going to make 2 single crochet stitches in the same stitch. Now you can see already that your work is got this pattern that it is creating. So this is your last row. We're going to make now 2 single crochet stitches in this one, then we're going to make 4 single crochet stitches in the next 4, then 2 in the same stitch. When you're done with this row, you will have 36 stitches. Okay, I completed this row with a slip stitch into my first chain stitch there, and I've got a total of 36 stitches. You will see that in my previous row I showed you the pattern that you've got here, but there was a lot of big holes in my work, and for this octopus we don't want holes, so I quickly done it again, the whole pattern, with a smaller needle. I'm using a size 3 needle now because the 3.5 is too big for this 4-ply cotton yarn. You must make sure that you don't have big holes, because then your stuffing is gonna go through the holes, and then it cannot be used for premature babies. Okay, like I said, this is your last row that we're gonna increase. So the next few rows, 5 rows, is just gonna be single crochet stitches right around on this 36 stitches. So the next 5 is just going to be single crochet stitches all around, and you're going to see that it's going to start making a shape where you're going to go in a circle here. Before you go on, you can work away this magic circle piece of yarn that's left here, otherwise it's going to open this hole the whole time. So I'm going to quickly do that before I go on with this row. You can just make sure that it's secure, otherwise it's going to keep on opening your magic circle. So just a nice tight around. And then you're sure it's done and it won't open again. And then when I'm done with this, we're going to go on with the single crochet stitches. Let me just do this in here, and then you can cut it. Okay, I'll see you when I'm done with my 5 rows of single crochet stitches. Okay, I'm done with my 6 rows, and you can see that it's got a nice head shape now. Now we're going to start decreasing, but we're going to do the decrease in a secret stitch way. So we're going to make 4 single crochet stitches in the next 4. Your first one, always the chain. So that's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now we're going to crochet 2 stitches together. Now how we're going to do that is we're going to take the loop of the front there of the first one and the second one, and we're going to yarn over, pull through the 2, and then yarn over your needle and 2 and pull through 2. Then you can't see the decrease there. So now we're going to go on and make 4 single crochet stitches in the next 4 stitches like normal. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and we're going to decrease again. We're just going to take the front loop of the next 2 stitches, only the front loop of that one and the front loop of that one, yarn over your hook, pull through the 2, yarn over your hook and pull through 2. We're going to continue with this, where you're going to make 4 single crochet stitches and decrease, 4 double crochet stitches and decrease right around, and you're going to end the row with a slip stitch in your first chain stitch there, and you will have 30 stitches when you're done with this row. The next row is just going to be single crochet stitches right around in the 30 stitches that you've got. No decreasing, nothing, just normal plain single crochet stitches right around. I'll see you after this row. Okay, so your next row, we're going to make single crochet stitches in the next 3 stitches. So that's 1, 2, and 3, and we're going to decrease again, like the same that we did in the previous one. Take the front loop of the next of the 2 stitches, yarn over your hook, pull through the 2, yarn over your hook and pull through the 2. Then 3 single crochet stitches again, 1, 2, and 3, and decrease again. That's you're going to do right around, and you're going to make a slip stitch in the first chain stitch. Then the row after this row, we're going to just make a row with single crochet stitches in the 24 stitches that will be left. You're going to have 24 stitches left on this row, and then you're just going to make a row of single crochet stitches in that 24 single crochet stitches. The next row, we're going to make single crochet stitches in the next 2 single crochets. 1, 2, and we're going to decrease 1. So like you did in the past, 2, decrease, then 1, 2, and decrease. After this row, you will have 18 stitches left. This row, we're going to make a single crochet in the 1 stitch, and then the next stitch we're going to decrease. Then we're going to make 1 stitch and decrease in the next one. And after this row, we will have 2 single crochet stitches left. 12 single crochet stitches left after this row. Before we complete our last row of our octopus, we need to put the stuffing in. So I'm going to put stuffing in. I'm not going to stuff it too tight because it is for preemie babies, and I'm using microfiber stuffing. I'm going to stuff it before I start with the last row. Okay, once I'm done with the stuffing, we're going to complete our octopus, and we're going to do the same, repeat the last row again, where we did one single crochet stitch and two together, and one single crochet and two together, but we're only going to work in the front loops of all the stitches. So I made my one chain, which is my first single crochet stitch. I'm gonna decrease in the next two stitches, and then I'm gonna make a single crochet, but only in the front loop or in the next stitch. When you're done with this row, you will have 8 stitches left, where you're going to make the 8 tentacles. I'm going to start with the tentacles now. First, we're going to make 40 chain stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to make a single crochet stitch in the second chain stitch from your needle. Just a normal single crochet stitch. Now, in each and every other chain stitch, we're going to make 3 double crochet stitches in each. So it's 1, 2, 3. And we're going to continue with this until we get to the end right there at the base of our octopus. I'll see you when I'm done with this row. Okay, I'm done with this first tentacle. I've done my 3 double crochet stitches in each chain stitch, and I'm here at the bottom now. Now I'm going to make a slip stitch in the next single crochet stitch of this row. I've made one in there, and now I'm going to make a slip stitch into the next one, and then I'm going to repeat this whole thing again. I'm going to make my 40 chain stitches. I'm going to make my first single crochet stitch right at the bottom, at the top, and I'm going to get 3 double crochet stitches in each chain stitch. I'm going to repeat this 8 times so that there's 8 tentacles. I'll see you when I'm done with all of them. Okay, I'm done with all 8 tentacles of the octopus, and I closed there in the middle. I just closed it as well. And now we're ready to put on a face for this octopus. You can, if you're going to make it for preemies, they prefer that you embroider it also with 100% cotton yarn. But if you're not just going to make it for a normal toddler or a child, you can put any type of eyes and nose and anything on. But I'm going to embroider it on because I'm making this for a preemie baby. So I'm just going to take black 100% yarn and my embroidery needle. I've done quite a long piece because I'm going to make everything together. I'm going to put the eye more or less here, the first eye. And then the next eye I'm going to make more or less here, and then just a little nose. And the way I do it is, oops, not with my hook there. Button another ones, and then I'll go from here to that side, like that. And then I'm gonna go from the top to the bottom a few times, like that, there, in that row, so that they look more the same. Another time, one. And then just a little nose in the middle. No, that's not right. Get on that side there. Yeah, that looks better. And you can go twice, and then take your needle to the same place where you started, and there, just going to make a little knot. And work your ends away. And there's your little octopus ready for a happy child. If you like my video, please like and subscribe. Thank you.